Happy Wednesday, everybody, and welcome to Wooper Watch. I am your host, Cyanize, and this is my co-host,
Mystic Aidan. Hi, I'm kinda sleepy today.
well, wake up, sleepyhead. We got a lot of news to talk about today.
I'm a little snoozer, buddy. I'm just a sleepy little guy. I'm eepy, as they say.
Well, what's it gonna take for you to wake up, huh? Do it, Bianca! Oh, God, welcome my master, Bianca!
Oh my God. Did we cover Masters
Yeah, we
last time?
did.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank God.
we did.
We don't have to talk about Larry again. That would be terrible.
I had to think about it, but yeah, no, we did. Sorry, guys, no Pokemon Masters today. Womp
Oh
womp.
no. Oh, womp womp.
Come back, I believe 2 more episodes from today, and we will be talking about Masters again.
Actually, I think it'd be by next episode, right?
I think so. I don't know.
It's the 14th. What day do they usually update? Isn't it on like the 20 something?
Dude, I don't.
If we're recording in exactly 2 weeks from now, it'd be the 28th. The update would have been pushed out by then.
Oh.
So come back in a week.
Anyways,
Thank you for math. Oh boy, math. Great.
How are you doing, Mystic?
Dude, I'm gonna be honest. I'm doing great. I've been kind of just hanging in there. I'm not feeling sick, so that's the best part. But I haven't really been on cloud nine. Like, I don't know. It's hard to describe. I haven't been doing outstanding, but I'm not doing bad.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense?
No, life's good. You know, could be worse, but you know, it's all right, and we're okay
Life's
with that.
good, man. It's just I'm just kind of hanging in there, getting the YouTube grind on. I'll be making, well, not much.
Yeah.
I'd be a liar if I said I was making a lot.
Right. Yeah, I'm doing good as well. Started Paper Mario TTYD. I got a lot of other stuff done. We are finally getting some animation done for the death battle thingy.
Yay!
Yeah, I cannot wait. Getting some bucket list videos out of the way as well. Was supposed to get a multiverses video out, but having some complications, but it's still coming. I don't know if you're wondering that, but yeah, it's still coming.
I saw the post in the Discord last night. I really hope that video comes out, because that video went from like, oh man, this game is just kind of not as great.
Yeah.
And then we just escalated into having way too much fun by the end of it.
It's so funny. I was like this close to being like, dude, this video sucks. I'm scrapping this. And then somehow it peaked. Somehow.
We were like, wouldn't it be funny if we picked a banana? Suddenly the entire video rapidly changed course. Which, by the way, I found out apparently Banana Guard is top tier?
In like doubles?
I don't believe it.
Doubles or singles?
No, top tier entirely.
Huh?
The amount of posts I've seen of word for word, that fuck ass banana is kind of hilarious. Dude, I was like, literally after we recorded that, I was like, I just started getting so many posts about people hating a Banana Guard. I'm like, what happened? What happened?
There's like nothing about his moveset that would like suggest that he's broken. I'm confused.
The only move in his toolkit that I felt was like a little bit out of hand was that forward aerial felt really strong. And I guess the side special too was a little weighty, but I felt like I felt outside of that he was kind of underpowered.
I don't like.
I didn't think he was busted.
2v2s, I think I get it, but I do not see 1v1s at all. I need to see footage.
Yeah, like I haven't done any more research. I just saw people complaining. I was like, I don't believe it.
Yeah,
I do not believe it.
On the topic of multiverses, I'm curious where you stand, because I pretty much just dropped the game entirely. Like I can't. I've tried to force myself to get on, but then I was like, yeah, if I have to force myself to get on, then I don't think I'm having fun anymore. So what do you think?
Oh, I uninstalled it after we finished recording. I literally uninstalled the game. I think I reinstalled it because I wanted to check something. I was like, wait, how many tiers to get in the battle? And then I think it's still sitting there. Oh, no, it's because they made the characters actually usable in training mode, and I wanted to try 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And I haven't bothered to re-uninstall it. But the second I need to re-download something, it's gone.
I believe they've buffed Battle Pass XP, but it's already too far too late, you know? Like,
I heard that, like, they said, oh, we're finally going to make it so you get Battle Pass EXP for matches. And then it was, like, literally 10 EXP.
Yeah.
Per game. Which, I mean, sure, I get it. But here's the thing. with Fortnite, just for the closest
You're
comparison,
getting rewarded for
those
everything
games
you
last,
do.
like, yes, those games last from 20 to 30 minutes. Granted, Fortnite takes like a while, but you're leveling up once or twice per match, at least.
Or you're getting like 3/4
Well,
of the way there,
multiverses,
I would argue.
even though it's like, I'm going to say charitably, it's about 5 minutes per match, and you're not leveling up once out of 6 games, I don't know about that. Plus matchmaking time's not even accounted for.
Well, I want to say the matchmaking's not existent. I mean, that's the one thing we can give credit for. Like it takes like a second to get into a match. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's kind of the benefit of being a free-to-play fighting game.
Yeah.
I will say they have that at least.
Mm-hmm. That's about all they got. I am still happy. You know, I'm still proud Jason main, but like, nah, I don't know. I don't know. You gotta add. You gotta add Banjo-Kazooie, and then I'll come back for a week, and then I'm not even a Banjo fan. I don't know why I brought his name up.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm looking at multiverses and I look at Taz in the game and I think of we're gonna get you out of there! We're gonna get you out of there!
Put you in another fighting game? Like
Taz,
what?
we need to put you. Somebody mod him into Rivals of Aether or something, dude. Get him out of this game! I need my boy to be free! He's like a Pac-Man if he was actually a Rushdown character. Free my man, he ain't do nothing!
Yeah.
Taz, speak to me.
It reminds
also,
me
if anybody does mod him into other fighting games, can you please give him his long range tornado back before it got nerfed to hell?
It reminds me of the I don't know why, but it reminded me of the video Alpharad made today. I haven't watched it yet, but he made a video like detailing every single main from like the majority of fighting games.
I watched that last night.
That's a cool idea for a video. I don't know how
I want to do it myself, but I thought about it, I was like, darn, I don't think I have enough mains because I don't play as many character-based games. Like, yeah, I'll put frickin' I don't know, Guilty Gear Strive.
But like Warriors. What if you count Warriors?
Dog, I'm really gonna have to defend the D tier Tetra out here with my life. Listen, also, here's the thing: the characters I like playing in Hyrule Warriors, I found out recently, are all dog shit. Apparently, Tetra is considered one of the worst characters in the game. I picked up 2 in Zelda because I was like, I'll pick somebody more powerful. I did not check the tier list. She is also considered dog shit. So it's like, man. What do you say fuck me for? You know? Like, I guess I have Link and Linkle, but no dip I'm playing Link and Linkle. Link!
I forgot who I mained. I know Imp Minna, but that, you know, that's just because I'm a freak.
Oh, wow. Wow, who could have guessed? Oh, bit freaky.
But she's fun to play as. I'm sorry.
I don't get it. Imp Minna plays like shit. I don't get why everyone says she's so good. Dude, the dog thing, how she goes like on and off all the time, but there's nothing you could do without the dogs. You have to wait for the dog to spawn in, and it takes ages just to get the attacks out. She feels so clunky.
Well, it's more crowd control. Like, she's good at that. Not like so much like one-to-ones, but like getting crowds, I guess, with the dogs.
I mean, yeah, but every character in this game is good at crowd control. That doesn't mean anything.
She's just really good at crowd control. It's not, yeah, like... I don't know. Anyway, we're veering really off course.
We're just talking. We're just having a good time. Did we ask how you were, Cyan? Did we ask?
No, yeah, we asked. And I said I was doing good.
Are you okay, Cyan? Are you okay? Be honest. Are you okay? Are you okay? Bust a wall.
I think I'm okay. I'm really ready to, like, I think I briefly mentioned it, but I'm really ready to get these last few funny moment videos out of the way, and then you fully go into video essay stuff, and then just see how that goes. It's gonna be.
Do you have any scripts written yet?
No, I got ideas going, but I don't know. I'm still juggling all the funny moment stuff, trying to get those out of the way.
Fair enough. All right. Anything specific you want to talk about first?
Oh, dude. Oh, my God. Well, if we look at our notes here that we always make.
It's almost like a check that was like.
You know that funny company I'm obsessed with? Gamer Subs?
Yeah.
It's for context, they're the ones they're like G Fuel, but they're funnier. They like to put anime waifus onto their like cups and like drinks and all that stuff. Funny
women.
Funny company, ran by Jay Schlatt of all people. Anyway, they came out with a flavor ending of last year called Lean. I'm pretty sure you all know the funny Lean stuff. But on like the tub or whatever with the flavors, it depicted an image of Biden. But specifically an AI generated image of Joe Biden, which I thought was super funny. But anyway, I bring that up because you know how the election's coming up pretty soon? Well, it lasted for 7 months until they got a cease and desist. Because, this depicts Biden in a way we do not like for the upcoming election. And then it begs the question, what about the energy drink offends them that much?
Yeah, a lot, I bet. I'd bet a lot.
I don't know. It's just interesting. But anyways, a day later, they came back. It straight up came back, and they did this to the drink.
It's so good. It's so good.
For Spotify people, they put like the freaking the nerd glasses on as well as the fake nose and mustache.
The funny glasses from Persona 4, basically.
Yeah. That's what they did. It's a really clever way to avoid the legal system. But yeah, I wanted to bring that up because I thought it was funny. I know not everyone in the crowd cares, but I guess it's just a casual reminder that yes, the elections are coming up. Yes, people are gonna get a little bit more hostile, and yes, you might want to hide under your bed because this country is about to go into flames.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Do you guys want the election podcast? Are you guys ready for the election podcast?
I mean, if you want the TLDR, it's just that, hey, it's two old men fighting. Let's see how well that goes down.
choose your lesser evil. It's God, it was that one meme that was going around ages ago, racist versus pedophile.
Yeah. The guy with dementia or the felony? Like the felon. Which one do you pick?
Dog, there is no easy solution, but let's not get into that now. I'm not trying to get canceled on Twitter.
I like joking about it. I won't say my side publicly, but I like joking about it.
Yeah. Sleepy Joe. We're ready. We're already talking about Schlatt. I can make Sleepy Joe jokes.
Yeah. All right, I'll be brief with this one because I know not everyone's a fan of this game, but I bring it up because I think it's just super interesting. Octopath Traveler 2, one of my favorite RPGs of all time that came out last year. It got randomly updated. I don't want to say it's a major update, but it includes some big content. And this was in celebration of like both Octopath 1 and 2 coming to both PC and Xbox. They're basically, Octopath can be played on any platform now. That's what the celebration is. But then they decided to update Octopath 2. And the reason I'm bringing this up is it's kind of cool. They included a hard mode, or like a bonus mode. It basically allows you to not only fight the final boss in the most difficult mode possible, but they also brought back the travelers from the first game, and you can fight them with the two protagonists. And I don't know, it's a little cute. It's a little cute.
I will say, there is nothing, like, here's the thing with video games. Video games as a medium aren't like anything else because they're experiences that are meant to last a lot longer than, like, say, like, you're reading a book, you're gonna finish it in a day or two. With the game, it's gonna take you a week.
Right.
So and there's also more stuff because video games are more of an interactive medium, and there's honestly, I'd say, a greater focus on sequels in video games than there are in any other medium. You're not craving for the next book. You're like,
right,
or like the next movie. Yeah, the movie's gonna take a while, but like with games, because there's so much more you have to put into them, especially because a lot of games do like a different protagonist kind of thing. Mm-hmm. It is the hypest thing when they bring back the first game's protagonist and the sequel as a boss fight.
Right.
I think that is something you can only do in video games. Like, you can do it in other mediums, but it doesn't have the same impact because it's not even a case of like, oh, that's the main character. It's, oh, that's you. That's like a different level, man.
I like to point out Inner Agent 3, or well, I guess Agent 3 and the Octo expansion, like, holy shit. And also, just real quickly back to Octopath. I know not everyone's gonna get the meta, but let's just say there was a really broken strat in that game. for one of the characters in the game. And in the boss fight, that same character changes into that class or whatever that was so broken and uses the same strat that
vile.
That everybody used, including me. And it was so messed up. It was so disgusting. Because, like...
Oh my god, ew.
And it was funny, too, because I don't want to say the Octopath 2 characters are nerfed, per se. But, like, they have a better understanding of the system and how it worked. And basically, what you could do with the first characters was not nearly as broken as you can do with the second characters. So, having to fight those characters with the strats you developed, oh, it's disgusting. I know other games can do that too.
Oh my god, that's fun though. That's fun.
It's so funny. It's like the developers, they're listening. They know.
Oh, that's hilarious, dude. Oh my god.
Just the cute little things. Just so you know that they care. And that's why we love these games, you know.
Okay. But do you want to talk about the elephant in the room?
Oh, yes. The man who loves video games above all else. Jeff Keighley of Summer Game Fest.
Geoff, hi, buddy. You're not watching.
One day. We're going to be a sponsor. We're going to be a sponsor on Summer Game Fest, and they're just going to play a clip from Wooper Watch.
You know, fun fact, it costs $250,000 to get a minute up on stage. If we start a Kickstarter...
Oh, come on.
Just open up a GoFundMe. Let us go to Summer Game Fest.
Is that like a criteria? Like, does that have to be a video game, or can you just straight up, like, anything you want to present, you can just go on stage?
I mean, they put in a clip from Inside Out too, so.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There probably is some sort of minimum requirement.
The door's definitely open. What was I thinking?
The door's open, sure. Okay. But I just want to talk about the things I found most exciting about it. Because here's the thing. I'll be honest, there was some interesting stuff at Summer Game Fest, but a lot of it was not, like, of interest to me. However, I'll do the one that you care less about. Sonic X Shadow Generations. Oh my god, I went from cautiously optimistic to I'm going to my Xbox One, I'm going to buy Sonic Unleashed because I can't wait until October and I need to play Sonic games right now. Like...
Dude, the music was so good. I'll give it that. Music in Shadow's new form. Whew. Heat.
Dude, the thing with the wings, oh my god, bro. I hope it controls good. Because the demo wasn't a stage that had the wings.
Yeah. Why would they give you, like, reveal their hand that early, though, to be fair?
If I recall correctly, it was the Arc level from Sonic Adventure 2 that they showed off for Shadow at the demos. And I think it was the BioLizard boss fight to go with it. Which is awesome because if you didn't know, the BioLizard was not a boss in console Sonic Generations, but it was a boss in the 3DS version. So they aren't including the 3DS content because it's definitely not the same boss fight.
Yeah.
But it's kind of neat, you know what I mean? So that's how I see it. Like, I'm still a little cautiously optimistic because I have not seen the definitive source saying, does it play like Generations or does it play like Frontiers?
Or even Colors. Or even Colors Ultimate. That would...
Oh, God, no. Here's the thing. I just like to remind you guys. Sonic Generations is like my third favorite game of all time. It is very close to what I would consider a perfect video game. Just, here's the thing. I don't like Frontiers. At all.
Oh!
So... Like, the only thing I liked about Frontiers was Supersonic. So if we get a Super Shadow boss fight at the end that plays like Frontiers, I will cry tears of joy. But the catch is, if, Shadow Generations plays like Sonic Frontiers and not Generations, I'm going to be so sad. Because I'm pretty sure Sonic Generations is still running on the original Hedgehog engine. There's some slight tweaks, but it seems to be almost entirely the same game. Like, they added in new moves. Like, for some reason, modern Sonic has a drop dash, but with the boost, it's basically useless.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, Classic with the drop dash is going to be kind of sick. So, I don't know if it's remade in Hedgehog Engine 2 or it's still running in Hedgehog Engine 1, but it's still, it's up in the air. But,
right.
I will say the game looks good. I am less cautious and more outright optimistic, but I just want some sort of demo to come out. That's all I'm asking for. Give me one level of Shadow Generations, and that'll be enough to make up my mind.
I want to
You know
see
what
how
I mean?
I want to see how it plays on Switch. I'm very curious because that's the console I was gonna get it for. Also, I'm surprised you didn't mention this, but someone tweeted about it, but apparently there's content exclusive for the PlayStation family in this game.
Um, as far as we know, it is just cutscenes, which means everyone's gonna be watching it on YouTube anyway.
Yeah. But
I'm buying it on
I don't
PS5
know.
regardless,
That
but you know.
sounds so annoying. But I mean, I'm glad it's not like major content. But
Yeah, it's not like, you know, the digital deluxe edition, which is coming with a whole extra DLC level for some reason. So I do actually want to say the Terios the Hedgehog skin, awesome. But I'm kind of miffed you have to get the deluxe edition to get a whole level, because keep in mind, regular Generations is not a long game at all. Regular Sonic Generations is literally a game that you can beat in a single day. You can beat it in one sitting.
oh, it is
That's
50,
how short it is.
It is $50.
Yeah, so Shadow Generations, well, granted, the digital deluxe edition is literally $10 extra for a full 60. So it's not terribly priced. It's not like an extra $15. It's just, the game's already discounted for it. It's just asking you to pay a full $60, which I don't think is that bad, I guess. But I hope that with this DLC level, they specifically do something that doesn't make sense in canon. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because everything we've seen so far has been games that came out before Generations. Like we've seen a lot of Adventure 2, which, I mean, it's Shadow, makes sense. I think we've seen a level from Heroes already, Rail Canyon, if I'm not mistaken. And we've seen Sonic 06. But we haven't seen anything from Forces specifically. Which, remember, Shadow was really relevant in Forces. He had his own DLC chapter there. So, it's a case where, like, I genuinely think they could make a Baller Forces level as DLC, but it just wouldn't make sense in canon because we've already seen the Time Eater. So, canonically, this takes place during Generations.
Yeah.
So, it doesn't make sense. So, whatever they do with that stupid little pre-order DLC level and bonus thing, it better be something good that is worthy of being DLC. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just my little rant. More importantly, though, the actual thing for Summer Game Fest, I will be going out of my way to buy day one. Terry Bogard and Mai Shiranui from Fatal Fury, or King of Fighters, I guess, in Street Fighter 6, dude. Oh my god. I'm so happy. Words cannot describe how much joy I felt seeing Terry Bogard bust into that room.
Definitely caught me off guard.
Dude, it was like a moment where it's like, no, freaking way. The thing is, though, is it's hard to explain because as hyped as I am to play as Terry, because fun fact, my main in every single SNK game I've played is usually Terry because he plays very similarly to Ryu, just a little faster, with some obvious differences.
So Ken.
So, no, definitely not Ken. No, I'd say there's other characters that are honestly way closer to Ken. But, yeah, he kind of feels like a middle ground between Ken and Ryu, actually, to put it bluntly. So, I don't care about Mai, but here's the thing. When I saw Terry, I was like, oh my god. Because I thought it was SNK versus Capcom. Well, Capcom versus SNK. Cyan, I know you don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't, but I'm letting you go off because I had to go off a little bit. Hold
up. I need to pull this up so you can at least see the box art. So, back when SNK was in one of their various financial troubles era, versus Capcom, I know I mentioned Marvel versus Capcom plenty of times. But basically what happened is that there was other versus Capcom series. Like there was Tatsunoko versus Capcom, and there was Capcom versus SNK. So, I played a decent chunk of this, at least the PS2 version. It is a very solid game. It is kind of a sprite flip, kind of game, but it's very fun. And in the past, SNK was basically Capcom's big rival during the old 90s arcade scene before SNK kind of fell off due to a myriad of issues. But go watch Thorgy's Arcade's King of Fighters retrospective. It's 4 parts, each is like 3 hours long. So I'd say it's worth going and giving that a watch if you need something to binge. Yeah. But that you can go get the long story in SNK there. But basically, Terry Bogard, who was created by the creator of the original Street Fighter, who after literally the first game went to SNK while Capcom got to work on Street Fighter 2, he went to SNK and created Fatal Fury. So now, the original Street Fighter creator's baby boy, Terry Bogard, is now back in Street Fighter. it kind of loops back around.
Right.
So it's sort of a full circle moment having Terry properly be playable in Street Fighter. I don't know if they're going to go out of their way and confirm that this happens in the KOF timeline or if it's Fatal Fury, because keep in mind, Fatal Fury Terry and King of Fighters Terry are not the same person. I know this is stupid, but it's important and I want to know what's canon. Because we already know that Tekken is canon to Street Fighter, which means World War III is canon to Street Fighter. Don't question it.
Okay.
Tekken lore is crazy. There's a reason I don't play Tekken. But basically, I'm really excited for Terry, and they literally just confirmed earlier today that he's the fall 2024 slot. So, we're only a couple months out. I have not bought any DLC for Street Fighter 6, but I will be buying Terry. That's my rant, I guess.
Oh, yeah, you're good.
Anything from Summer Game Fest you want to talk about?
Dude, there was surprisingly there was a couple of things that caught my eye. It was so funny because when I was watching, I was just building a shelf. So that tells you how locked in I was for this presentation.
I was building a nano block, dude. I get it.
But there were some cool surprises there. The two things that I'm actually interested in from this, Cuff Bus. It's the developer of Choo Choo Charles. He's making a prison escape game you can play with your friends. I watched his video on it because he made a video detailing the development process. He described his characters as being discount minions, but funnier. So take that as you will. And the other game I'm interested in, and I already knew about this way before Summer Game Fest, but a Killer Bean. I don't know. It's so funny seeing a game based on that movie and knowing that you're going to be able to play as that cracked dual wielding bean and shoot people out of a window. I don't know. It's just some crackhead energy that I cannot wait to experience.
I've got some thoughts on Killer Bean, honestly. I look at the game, and I don't think it's going to be my kind of thing. It looks raw. I can't deny underhanding a grenade and throwing it back isn't probably the coolest thing I've ever seen. I can't deny that. I don't know. I don't get why people are like, oh my god, this is about to save the gaming industry. I don't think it's gonna be all that.
I'm pretty sure they're just exaggerating, but
I mean, I do think it's obviously a stretch, and I know there was some merit to that original movie. I still haven't watched it, but I'm just so yeah, I think it'll be a good video game, but I don't think I'm interested in it.
Yeah, it's all good. I want to say the other two games I was interested in, because the rest I'll just tell you right now. I fell asleep or I was building a shelf. There was this hot Harry. I don't know what the game's called, but they made a game out of the sport they do. When they're on the broom.
I wish I didn't know it. We saw that, and I literally didn't even watch the trailer. I went back to just listening to Pokemon music while it played. I went back after it was done. I did not care, bro.
Well, okay, I don't know if it's gonna be good. I pointed out because I think it's an interesting idea. You make a game out of the sport, the in-game sport that they have there, and you make it a multiplayer game. That could be cool. That's kind of a cool, nifty idea. You know?
My personal opinion here is that we know it's going to be a live service game. Here's my thoughts. I think this would have been great if it was released in 2007. That's what I thought. This is a great concept for a game. It should have come out 20 years ago.
Yeah, what if this is Warner Brothers' version of Mario Strikers? Imagine.
I don't think it's going to be that good.
Is this Warner Brothers, or am I stupid?
It's probably something else they licensed out to. Listen, here's the thing. I think an idea of a game based on Quidditch is great, but in this current game environment, where it's be a live service multiplayer or be single player, dog, this game isn't lasting a year.
Yeah, if it wasn't live service. I didn't know that, man.
At least I saw people saying it was live service. If it's not, I'll eat my words, but
yeah,
I don't believe this game is gonna last.
I was keeping my eye on it because I was like, more games should do that with their IPs or in-game universes. Just crazy.
I agree. I just don't care for Harry Potter specifically. Dude, I went to Universal Studios Japan. When I saw the Harry Potter, I was like, really?
I didn't know it was relevant over there.
I didn't either. I was like, It's just worse than the Florida one, by the way. It's really bad.
And then the other thing I want to bring up, and this one's more so just I'm just disappointed, but like Lego Horizon Zero Dawn, or wait, that's what it's called, right?
Oh my god, that game is so
Dude,
funny.
me and my chat were just like, "Oh my god, Lego Dimensions is making a comeback," and then it's just
That's
like,
what we thought, bro. I thought the same thing. I was like, "Oh my god, wait, they're doing a Lego crossover game with Sony characters. Yo, show Kratos, show Kratos." And then I was like,
and
oh.
it's just alloy. And I was like, wait, I was like, okay, just a lot of alloy. Okay, that's okay. They're getting to it, and it's like they never got to it. I'm like, oh.
Okay, I will play a little bit of devil's advocate on this. I think there will be other Sony characters. Specifically because, keep in mind, Lego usually does have some sort of crossover elements, even in the normal games. Like, for example, in Lego Star Wars, in some of the entries you can play as Indiana Jones, because, you know, Lucasfilm. So, I don't think it's out of the question we'll get some crossover stuff, but the fact that the game is on Switch, too, yeah, probably not. So, I'm not interested, but I think it's funny. That's Sony's kind of trying to be like, we have games for kids, we swear. Which, Astrobot.
Oh yeah,
it wasn't at Summer
it
Game
wasn't
Fest.
it wasn't in Summer Game Fest.
I think that game looks good. I don't think I'll pay a full 60 for it, but the second that game goes on sale, I'm grabbing it.
Yeah.
For like $40 I'll scoop.
Yeah, dude, I cannot help but be frustrated about that Lego game because it's just like I don't know. I've never played the Horizon games before, but like when I think of that game, I don't think Lego. Like, why is there a hot dog guy? Like they're just
It's
like,
so
oh,
funny to me. Like, was that one Lego set that was like adults only? I don't even know if it came with an alloy minifigure or whatever her name is.
was
like,
was that even ever a Lego thing? Like, I don't know.
There was a single Lego Horizon set. Like, Lego Horizons set. I know there was a set for it. Yeah, it was called the Tall Neck or something. Did it come with a mini? Oh, it did come with a minifigure. But yeah, there was a single Lego set. I'm sending you a picture of one of the enemies from the game. Was
That's
this
it?
so successful that it warranted an entire like game?
I doubt it.
Really? Because it's still in stock on Amazon, which is kind of damning. So there might be a full Lego line coming with it. I feel like with games there usually is. Well, there wasn't for Dimensions, but that's because the game itself was a set. But you get what I mean.
Right.
There's probably more sets cooking, so...
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's... a lot of people were calling the Summer Game Fest, like, pretty bad, but I was like, dude, it's not the worst thing ever. I enjoyed myself. I'm not going to call it a masterpiece, but, you know, just back-to-back game reveals. And I'm like, you know what? Okay, cool. Yeah, cool. It's not as good as E3, but you know what? Cool. Good job, Jeff Keighley. You did a decent show, I guess.
I'd say the actual show aspect I felt was worse than previous years. It really didn't feel like a show. Like it didn't feel like they tried to put on a show. It really did feel more like just advertisements this year. But the people saying it was like lower than a D grade,
Yeah.
I saw some people giving it like an F grade. I think that was a little much.
That confused
I don't think
me.
it was that bad.
I'm like, do you guys
We'll
even
give
know
it,
do you even know what a bad presentation looks like? Because that wasn't bad. It was just kind of all right.
Like, I would give it a C because there was some stuff that was like genuinely interesting. Most of it wasn't for me, but if I feel like there's at least a couple things that interest you, I'd call that a good presentation. Like, I'm not gonna buy most of the stuff, but like, I got what I wanted. I got Sonic. I got Terry motherfucking Bogard. I did not think that was gonna happen. That caught me so off guard. That was worth watching the entire presentation just for that.
I was gonna say I got some things that caught my eye too, and I think that's a W.
Like, it wasn't like miracles happen. Like, it wasn't the reason I say it wasn't like the best show is like for example, there wasn't anything crazy happening. It was just like the things playing on the screens. Like, you know, there wasn't any crazy fourth wall breaks. And the host, like, Jeff really did not sound like he wanted to be up there.
Dude, it's
he sounded hesitant.
It's the Kingdom Hearts fans. They were pissed because he said there wasn't gonna be any Kingdom Hearts there.
He knew. He was like, "Wow, I'm finished, bro." Like, and you could tell he does not fuck with Sonic either. It's really funny. He does not care.
Yeah.
He was like, "Yeah, Sonic." Every time it comes up, I saw a TikTok about it. I was like, you know what? You're right. He really doesn't.
I mean, I'm not a Sonic fan either, so I can't even entirely blame him. But like,
You played 06 and did.
Yeah.
You have Generations, right?
No, I said this is gonna be my first time.
We're about to give you a life-changing experience, broski.
Yeah, Xenoblade? Really? We're gonna go on that level? Okay.
Listen, Generations completely defined my entire sense of when I make a dream video game, what I want it to play like. it completely changed that single-handedly.
It's
To the
better be a
point where
damn good game.
it's a really good game. I don't know if it's $50 worth now, considering it's dropped literally down to $1 on Steam before. So, yikes. But it's great. It's really good. It's really solid. Okay, enough Summer Game Fest. Hear me out here. I just want to mention this real quick before I get into my other thing that I want to mention real quick. So Delicious in Dungeon, also referred to as Dunmeshi, it literally just released the last episode of season 1. Yesterday, at time of recording, I'm going to miss Dunmeshi Thursdays so much. However, literally an hour after the last episode release, they put out a trailer for season 2. So, and it's not changing studios. It's done by Trigger for season 2. Trigger does not do a lot of season 2s. So, I am more than thrilled. Though I will say the last episode of season 1 was very low key. Like, nothing bad happened. It was very relaxing compared to some of the other episodes of the season that literally could have been season finale levels of death. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But like, I know a lot of people haven't watched yet. The entire season is on Netflix. Go watch it. It is literally peak fiction. I don't say this lightly. When I say this might be a contender for one of my favorite anime I've ever watched, I usually say that after finishing every Trigger show. But, you know, it's really good. It's peak, I swear. So I would say go watch that if you haven't. And now on to something entirely depressing. So the 2024 Pokemon Trading Card Game Illustrator Contest has entered its first phase of judging. And they have put out 300 entries that made it through the first phase, out of 10,000, by the way. And, no, things have happened that are very bad. I need to find the tweet again real quick. But basically, out of all these entries, specifically in the Pikachu and Eevee categories, we have unfortunately had 6 AI-generated entries.
I like how there's categories
least-
for Pokemon. Anyway, sorry, that's off topic.
Yeah, there was a bunch of. You could do Feraligatr. Feraligatr was one of the. Like, okay, sure, Flygon up Feraligatr.
Feraligatr.
Like, Bidoof is one too. I've seen so much Bidoof art on my timeline, but it's this one guy who's going by various versions of the initials VK. He's like Vegan K, Vigo K. Is to skirt around the limit that you can only post 3 entries under your name. So he's been skirting around and basically put in.
Wow.
Yeah, he put in 6 AI-generated entries, all under different names. Which, I mean, they're all very similar in a very similar style that people call the Mid-Journey style, because it's that specific AI image generator. And it's sketch. It's really sketch. I don't like that this managed to make it into the top 300 6 times. If one AI image generated image slid through the crack, I'd be like, okay, somebody probably screwy wooey or whatever. But, like, it's not right. And especially the fact that it's only Pikachu and Eevee. The 2 Pokemon that I'm assuming probably have the most images generated of them. One of them has Vaporeon in the background, which is, like, the only convincing element that tells me it's not AI so far.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
like, it's sketch. It already breaks the rule of only having to submit 3, so I think all of these should be disqualified, regardless of if they're AI or not.
Right.
But it's just disgusting. Because keep in mind, one of the prizes for this, I know is at least one of the prizes for the 2023 one. I don't know if it has changed for 2024. But last year, one of the prizes was that you literally get to work for the Pokemon company for the TCG.
Whoa.
Yes, you get to be, you're added to their list of artists that they will actively go to you and commission you to get on cards.
Oh my god.
Like, so here's the problem. If this guy wins, and he somehow gets one of these printed on a card, and he gets hired, what's he gonna do? You know what I mean? He can't do it, so that's just fraudulent behavior. Remember the last time Pokemon had an art contest and people actively broke the rules was during Sword and Shield. We're like, hey, I'll make us a design and we'll make it a real shirt and we'll put the shirt in the game. The guy put the winner of the contest was found to have sold the design on phone cases previously, and they took the entire thing down, canceled the entire thing. The shirt was never put in the game despite having the models shown off. And we did not get a new one for Scarlet and Violet. We never got another contest like that for in-game content. So if this screws over the TCG, because keep in mind, this Illustrator contest is one of the best parts of each Pokemon cycle, each block. It's like disgusting. You know what I mean? So this one guy might very well ruin it for everybody if he makes it past the second round of judging. Which at this point, with how much backlash has been on the English tweet from the account, it literally, I just clicked on it and went from 610 quotes to 638. So people are mad.
So I'm going to play devil's advocate here. And no, this is not me defending AI art. And no, this is not me being like, oh, what this guy did was right and all that. But it's hard for me to jump on a bandwagon being like, hey, this Twitter person pointed out it's AI. And so I'm going to also say it's AI. And I think just going forward for like art contests in general like this, and it's unfortunate we kind of have to do this now, but like I think this is the only way to like prove stuff like this is AI and force people to actually show their work. Like with math, I guess. Like we're going to have to get like a time lapse, like, you know, we're gonna have to get like them to record the drawing time lapse, like make that a requirement for these. Because I
kind of agree.
It's gone so
at least
bad.
Have a sketch version. At least show a sketch.
Yeah, something like that. Because like, you know, I'm cool with calling out AI art, but like, and I'm not saying this guy didn't do it, but at the same time, though, from like a faraway glance, I can't even tell, and I can see how they made the mistake as well. As much as people, because I know some people are probably like, Pokemon Company, how did you let this slide? And it's like, well, I'll be honest, it looks so good now. Like, I can't even tell.
Yeah, it does. Like, that Pikachu one in the bottom left would have fooled me. Like, it took me, I was like, oh, that looks kind of simple. I was like, but I swear to God, I've seen this style before. And that was kind of what was nagging at me. Same for the other Pikachu one and some of the Eevee ones. I was all like, I feel like I've seen this before. And then open up Twitter, saw someone point out, like, hey, this is probably AI art. And I was like, motherfucker. I was like, I knew something was wrong. Like, I was looking at them, I was like, something's wrong. I can feel it. I looked through a good chunk of the other entries, and I will say, the vast majority of them look very legit.
Yeah, I say what I say because there's this one artist who I know got, like, accused of AI art, and it wasn't until he like posted his timeline, like, or like his time lapse, that everyone backed off. Like, it sucks that we've gone to the point where, like, again, not saying this guy didn't AI generate his art, but you know, some people who are legitimately drawing are getting accused of AI art, and there's just no way to prove it. So I feel like we're gonna have to require that going forward. So that way, even if it does look AI and they can prove that it's not, you know, then it's all good for everybody.
Yeah, it's like, I agree that there needs to be some sort of proof. And the thing is, you look at a lot of these other entries, I don't even think, even if I were to judge these on a non-AI basis, I don't think most of these are as good as some of these other entries. Like, you see, there's, if you click the quote tweet that's tweeting, there's a link to the website that has all of them listed. It's like, some of these are frickin' insane. I don't know how the AI slop would even beat some of these.
Yeah.
So it's more of a case of like,
it's gone too good. Like I can't tell.
I don't know.
Till you zoom in, and even then, it's like, what if it's just the artists, you know, doing their own original touch? You never know.
I guess so. Yeah, it's just something I want to point out that I don't think these are gonna make it to the final picks. I sincerely doubt they will, because like some of this other stuff is nuts. I'm just scrolling through here. I'll just send you this one, because I think this one's absolutely amazing. For the Pikachu category, none of the AI generated stuff is beating this.
Oh, in case you were curious, that looks straight out of Art Academy.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought too. It's a very stylized Pikachu with a bunch of berries around it, and it's like, yeah, and oh my God, the competition for Bidoof is fierce. So many people showed up for Bidoof. It's crazy. Like, he's so silly. I wake up, I act silly. Foreshadowing.
Well,
I know there was a category for EX borders too, so I need to go through it all. But I will say, it's outstanding stuff, and I hope this AI slop doesn't make it that far.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. They might react differently going forward. Anyway, good news though. Get away from the depressing stuff. Did you see the Venom: The Last Dance trailer? It's coming.
I have not.
Wait, what? How?
I didn't bother.
Why?
Listen, I need to watch the first two before I get invested in this series of gay rom-coms.
Oh my god, bro, you're missing the best romance ever. Come on. Literally, in the advertising, it's like till death do they part. Like you can't miss this. Like, come on.
I've seen the posters. I haven't watched the trailer.
All right, well, get to watching those movies, even if they are objectively kind of mid. But you know what? You're not there for good quality. You're there to watch Tom Hardy and Venom like make out freakishly.
Make out vigorously on screen.
Yeah. But yeah, The Last Dance is coming this October. I'm really excited. Supposedly the final movie of the trilogy. I don't know how the fuck Sony managed to get a villain centered origin a Spider-Man villain-centered series off the ground and get it to go this far. I don't know how they managed to do it, but they did it.
Let's be honest, Venom is the only character that could have carried this on his own. He's the only Spider-Man villain to have his own comic line.
The only one.
All. Except, I think Morbius had a couple, but it wasn't, long-term. Venom is the only one to have them consistently long-term.
Yeah. I watched a video, and everyone's saying it's, luck that they managed to get this successful, but I don't know, man. I think Tom Hardy just does a really damn good job of interacting with the symbiote. I don't know.
Yeah, I just wish this stuff was actually MCU canon. That would have gone hard.
You
know
what
I mean?
Sure. I would love to see him interacting with everybody. It would be
the rest of the
cool.
Cast.
Oh my god.
It's such a mess.
Imagine Robert Downey Jr. saying this motherfucker. Oh my god.
Would have gone crazy, but alas.
Yeah. Anyway, Venom Horse, by the way.
I saw Venom Horse. I did see Venom Horse.
It'd be a shame not to bring him up.
People drawing the how hungry image. I'm so hungry I could eat a... Oh, wait a second, Eddie. Eat a what?
That's genius. That's genius. I wonder if Venom's going to become other things in this movie. It's like Kirby becoming the Kirby card.
If I will promise I will watch these movies if they bring in the Venom T-Rex. I will.
There's no T-Rexes on the earth.
You've never seen that before? Have you never seen it before?
No, I've seen it in the comics, but that's not a thing in this universe. There's no way.
Okay, but it'd be funny. It'd be funny.
Maybe if they freaking take him out of the universe and bring him back to the prehistoric age, they could do that, I guess.
I'd be down. That'd go crazy.
Venom, get out! Escape the dinosaurs. I don't fucking know. What?
Venom be like, we are cavemen.
Oh my god, you'd have a field day in that era. Anyway.
Ooga booga.
Ooga booga. Alright, anyway. Yeah, talk about your Shovel Knight thingy. That was a horrible transition, but yeah, Shovel Knight.
That was terrible. Cyan, you have not played Shovel Knight, correct?
I've not, I'm sorry.
Informing the audience. Do you even own the game?
Nope.
God, that's surprising. I don't know. I figured you would have been the guy to play it on 3DS and never played the expansions.
Nope, I haven't tried it yet.
So, for those who don't know, which frankly I'd be shocked if you don't, Shovel Knight is a very NES-inspired classic platformer, but not classic in the sense that it is classic. It's more that they took everything that worked and cut the fluff that didn't to make an actually good retro-styled game. Big Kickstarter bonus, and as part of the Kickstarter backer bonus, they added in 3 extra campaigns plus a multiplayer mode over the years.
Sheesh.
So literally, if you buy Treasure Trove, you get all the games. How do I put this? So the extra 3 campaigns are all available separately, which is Spectre of Torment, Plague of Shadows, and King of Cards. King of Cards is my personal favorite. Let's make this very, very clear. I love King of Cards. But Shovel of Hope, the original game, is only part of Treasure Trove. So Yacht Club Games did a big presentation thing earlier today where they revealed some DLC for the Shovel Knight spin-off games. They're getting their own little DLC packs. And Mina the Wanderer, their new IP, is getting... well, they didn't give it a release date. It's still coming soon, but they gave it another trailer. Very Zelda-inspired. But, so Shovel Knight... Shovel of Hope. God, I can't talk today. Can you tell I'm doing this after work? But Shovel of Hope is getting a proper standalone re-release in case you don't want to buy the bundle. Shovel of Hope DX. And at first I was like, why would they just re-release the original? Why would I not buy Treasure Trove? Here's the catch. It's the original game with extra content that was previously locked to the old generation of consoles, which is code word for we made the amiibo stuff free, don't tell Nintendo. I'm pretty sure, at least. So they're adding that in the main game, and also 20 additional playable characters.
Dude.
20 playable characters.
Freaking wild, dude.
So, I mean, at first I went from, why would you ever release this as a standalone title, to shut up and take my money. Because I actually never finished the original Shovel of Hope. I haven't finished any of the Shovel Knight games. I've started most of them. I've gotten like halfway. I haven't even bothered with Plague of Shadows. I do not care. But, yeah. So, I'm excited. I will probably be picking up DX, but that's not the important part, because at the end of it, their big one last thing was saying the next mainline Shovel Knight game, because the other Shovel Knight games have been sort of spin-offs by other studios using the IP, I'm pretty sure. Was it other studios? I need to double check. I thought it was. Correct me if I'm mistaken. But the next mainline Shovel Knight game is in development right now. And judging by the big 3D logo and how them saying it's a step into the next dimension, it's a 3D Shovel Knight game. Yes, and it's going to be sick. I don't know how well Shovel Knight's going to convert, because his whole thing is down thrusting with the shovel, and then that does, like, he bounces off the enemies with that, which I think in 3D is going to be awesome if they handle his physics correctly. So, you all know how difficult, we'll leave it at that, platforming off enemy heads is in 3D if you played any 3D Mario game. So, I'm curious to see how it's going to convert. I'm very excited, even though we probably won't see this game for another 4 years or something. We'll see how long it takes to develop it, but I think that's, like, massive. I was freaking out at work over it and couldn't focus. Thanks, Yacht Club! Anyway, can't wait for the first game to make $1 billion.
Civilian?
For Shovelry, my guy.
That's cute.
You gotta play him eventually. At least play the original one when it, because I'm guessing DX is probably gonna be $10 like all the other campaigns, maybe 15, so it'll be pretty cheap. So I'd say pick it up, even if you don't want to do the treasure trove. Pick it up if you get a sec. It's not a long game.
Mm-hmm.
I need to pick it up again myself.
It's definitely a game I wasn't like avoiding intentionally. I never thought about trying it. I don't. I'm gonna play every game I can. Okay, it's Persona. I'm gonna Persona 3 Reload, guys. You know, my attention's elsewhere. It's not that I don't want to do everything in the world. It's that I'm trying to do everything in the world. Okay, like I'm trying. All right. Anyway, this is a really brief, but Elon Musk, guys, we love him, right? He made Twitter.
Oh God!
He made
no!
As of today. I want to assume that it's been rolled out to everybody. Everyone I know has it now. Twitter likes they're private now. Ugh.
I'm so mixed on this, because likes is how we figured out a lot of people are interesting specimens.
Yeah,
as they say.
I will say, if somebody likes something, you will see it on your timeline. So it's not like that's never going to happen.
It doesn't say that they liked it, though, right?
Yeah, you won't know who liked it. It'll just show up on your timeline. You're not going to know why. So, yes, you will still see porn on your timeline. You just won't know who sent it.
Finally, I can like ass, and nobody can stop me.
Nobody will know. But then it's like, okay, then what are the bookmarks for? All right, like, I already bookmarked porn, allegedly.
Wow! Here's the thing. Here's the big difference. Have you ever actually gone back through your likes on Twitter?
A couple times, yeah.
A couple times. How many times have you gone through your bookmarks?
A lot.
Yeah. Likes are for when you don't need to go back to it.
Yeah. Well, like, likes is just difference. Like, oh, if I liked a post, like a reply, I don't know, when I'm like looking for replies of people or something, like replying to me, I guess, for a specific scenario. That's really about it.
Yeah. Thing is, for likes is like, I do not think they should be private, because this is just so Elon can start liking weirder stuff, so he can spice up his timeline, as they say. You know. We all know this because Elon, I don't even know what specifically he liked, but he liked something. People thought it was sus, and now it will never happen again.
Was there proof of that, or did somebody just edit that? Because that's really easy to edit.
Well, I know people were joking about him liking something. Because here's the thing. Every time something on Twitter changes, it's because Elon doesn't like it. So, let's be honest here. The
Yeah.
only good change that has ever been made to Twitter since Elon took over was community notes.
I just like,
And that was because it was already a feature almost completed in development before he took over.
I'm not justifying the change. I just don't think he would have removed it so he can like porn on Twitter. Like, come on.
Yeah, but it's funnier to say it like that. It's funnier if you think it's because of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's probably also to go with Twitter now officially, saying, yeah, you can post porn in the terms of service.
Like, fuck.
But yeah.
Anyways, do you want to talk about Fortnite? We wanted to save it for the second to last thing, because we thought it'd be funny to mix it up a little bit.
I hate competitive players. They've nerfed everything good this season. I have lost all drive to get back on. I bought the battle pass. I literally purchased the battle pass thinking, oh, this season's gonna be peak. But they've nerfed everything to shit.
It's interesting, right? Because when I'm thinking like couple seasons from now, when I'm like, what are some of my favorite seasons ever? I'm gonna think about this season, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, I like this season for the first week. Like, it's gonna be kind of weird.
It made such a strong impression because it does not like. Oh my god, dude! All they had to do was separate the loot pools between competitive and casual. You didn't have to nerf them in casual. It was fun having broken items that broke the game. That's what's fun about the new season. Stupid new shit that's fun.
No, but like that's the thing, because and for context, by the way, in case we don't talk about Fortnite enough on these podcasts, Fortnite Chapter 5 Season 3 has been a broken mess in a good way of just cars rampaging around through a desert. It's been really fun, basically Mad Max if you want a comparison.
They poured cocaine on the servers.
Yeah, basically. They knew. Like I'm not, no, they're the developers. They fucking know. They introduce all this broken stuff, and then they have the competitive players complain, and then a couple of days later they nerf them. That's how the cycle goes every single time there's something broken. Every single time. And they could easily rectify that. There's a ranked mode. There's a ranked mode. There's arenas. There is. They could easily just decide to not add this shit into those modes, but they do it anyway, just so it's so weird because they like to offer all these like extra modes. Basically, it's Fortnite. You play it your way, how you want to play. But when it comes to Battle Royale, fuck, everyone's going to play the same way regardless of what mode you play. Like, it makes no fucking sense.
The worst part about all this, and it's like, here's the thing. How do you get shown up by Smash Brothers when it comes to competitive accessibility? There is a reason for fun and for glory we're separate. Mm-hmm. One has fun items turned on, one has them turned off. Is it so hard to turn off items, Fortnite?
It's so interesting. I mean, this is just disregarding my stance that I don't even think Battle Royales are a good competitive game in general, but yeah, it's such an easy fix to do, and they just refuse to do it. And it sucks because, I want to touch on this briefly, but they just had a banger, like, not a mid-season, but like a banger update. A bunch of Metallica shit. Nick A30, one of the most popular Fortnite creators, finally got a skin. Just a major update all around. And it sucks because the main season gimmick is now kind of right now. So now it just feels like normal Fortnite. And if you don't like the Fortnite map or the guns right now, because they kind of shifted us, they kind of made us go back to using those a little bit, which is fine. But if you don't like that, and you were just a fan of running around in a car because that was the main season gimmick, well, too bad.
Also, they've also nerfed the Rocket Fist. Way too much. Because here's the thing. I do not like Fortnite for the guns. I like Fortnite for the wacky new movement item they put in each season. I am vastly better with the melee weapons than any of the guns. So the fact that they've nerfed the frickin' fist from doing like 400 or something, I don't know what it was. It was crazy damage before, and now it's basically nothing. Mm-hmm. Like it does chip damage. I'm like, dude, that's disgusting. So it's kind of a case of, I want to grind the battle pass, but I guess I'll just hop on and do my weeklies.
Yeah. It's interesting. And they recently added this like Metallica mythic where all it does is send you up in the sky. You do like 2 strikes in the air, and then you get sent crashing down. And it's literally just a movement option. It doesn't, well, I guess it does damage on impact, but like it doesn't do anything. And everyone's already complaining to nerf it. And it's like, what? It's not even like an attacking mythic. It's just it's straight up movement. And sure, it does damage when you land with it, but like, that makes sense. It's a fucking lightning bolt. And it's
I don't know. I saw some footage of it. I couldn't really figure out what it did. Like, I mean, I guess if it specifically gets you out of combat, it's just going to be used to get out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it has like a 20-second cooldown, so it's like, what?
I mean, I guess you just run from people like that. And you can also jump up builds. Technically.
I mean, depending on where your camera is pointed, you could go up, you could go sideways. But it's like it's like Zeus's Thunderbolt. I guess, they're both thunder. But like, you know how far it's going to go. You know how long it can stay in the air. You know when it has to come down. Like, as long as you just know what it does, like, you'll be okay. It's not like it can be like changed or interrupted. Like, you're forced to use you're forced to stay in the air as long as the mythic lets you do. Like, you can't go down earlier. So it's just learn the mythic and you're good.
Yeah, it's kind of, I haven't tested it myself yet, so I cannot give you a solid yes or no, but it's just sad, the state. It was like, this went from best Fortnite season for like a week to, I mean, okay. Sure. It's still fun, but it's not as fun.
Right.
It's like they nerfed the thing. Womp womp.
Womp womp. Alright, anyways. For our final news segment, yes, this is kind of just a news-oriented podcast episode. Yeah. Remember Midori, the leaker, the Atlas...
The Sega leaker.
Atlas Sega leaker, the infamous one that we all kind of, fanboyed / girled over, just a little bit. We're all huge fans of her. Well, they pulled a Tina Fey or Luna Blue Lululu. Is it that her name? I forgot.
Lulubulu.
Yeah, Lulubulu. He's a dude. Like, he's a white guy.
It's a dude. It's a dude.
And that would be one thing, right? It's like being pretending to be a girl when you're actually a guy. Like, whatever. It's the internet. That happens. But it's interesting because this isn't just some other fuck you posting that Dick Dastardly gif.
I posted the gif of the guy from Scoob, Dick Dastardly, when he takes off like the hot cop thing. It's just the full grown guy in there.
But apparently Midori was apparently already had an online presence before this, and I don't know this person like at all. I did do
Mystic
research.
Distance is what his name is.
Dude, I saw that
he's
name.
He's an interesting individual.
I saw that name and I was like, oh my god, Mystic Aidan's gonna lose his fucking mind.
Dude, here's the thing. I need to give context for this because I made a tweet about it.
I was like, he's gonna have a heart attack when he gets on Twitter.
Dude, the night all this happened was June 12th. I had all my friends over for a Christmas party in the middle of June because I got everyone souvenirs from Japan. So I wrapped them all in, Christmas wrapping. Just a big elongated bit just for a fun little get together now that school's out and I want to give everybody their stuff. Mm-hmm. So here's what happens. It's like we finished watching, I think it was Jujutsu Kaisen 0. That was the movie we watched. I don't remember if it was just before or just after. But we finish it. I open on Twitter and I see like a tweet from some guy in Mutuals is like, what if Persona 6's color isn't green? And then I see a comment from Ben, my editor, saying, Mystic probably just made it up. And I was like, Mystic? I was going to DM him and ask what happened. And then I refreshed my timeline. Another post that comes out, and I just says, Mystic is a creep, bro. Wow. I was like, dude, I don't have skeletons in my closet. Did somebody Photoshop something? I felt my heart skip a beat. I was like, no fucking way. I'm like, I check my note, but I have like no notifications. Like, Jesus Christ, is somebody? Oh my God, if somebody tried to pick a bone with me at this time of the fucking night, because I don't have skeletons in my closet. I don't know what the fuck could be happening.
And it's so random, guys. You don't know.
Mystic. I'm like, who the fuck is Mystic? So I'm like frantically trying to figure out. I'm like, oh, it's Midori. Holy shit! I didn't. I was like, I saw my life flash before my eyes. I saw like Shulk Future Vision, dude. I thought I was cooked. I saw Mystic Bob. I was like, Mystic was trending, and I was like, oh no!
You fucked up.
Don't leave me here.
You fucked up.
I thought I did. I was like, how the fuck is it trending? I was so goddamn scared. I felt my heart skip so many beats. I was like, no. The worst part, I don't even know what I would have done. I have nothing to fucking hide. So I saw this, like, did somebody make something up? Dude, oh my god. So I was like, oh, dude, I was scared until I found out. I was like, oh, that's also really bad, but
at least it's not
could
me.
have been worse. I'm glad to know I was not the only one thinking if I did something wrong.
Look, I'm going to be honest. In the grand scheme of things, this isn't a big deal. But they were a popular character on the twitters.com. And, you know, they were a pretty notable leaker. And it just kind of sucks that they pretended to be someone they're not and gaslight a whole community. It's really just their gender. I don't know too much about Mystic Dissonance and what they did in their past. So I'm honestly, I'm not going to shame them for that because
Average time on the internet of a white guy pretending to be an Asian woman.
I mean, who doesn't want to be an Asian woman?
Who doesn't want to be a pretty Japanese schoolgirl? I understand completely.
That would be awesome.
Who doesn't want to be a Japanese woman in her mid-20s?
Yeah. But it really recontextualizes a lot of things, including the, hey guys, I have a boyfriend, please stop DMing me. And it's like, what did you mean by that?
I always thought the way she talked in the broken English kind of way was always like, okay, yeah, it's funny. But at first when I saw it, I was like, I hope this isn't some guy imitating it. Like, all I'm saying is I called Dick Dastardly under that sheet, dude. I called it.
I'm not gonna say I like knew it, you know.
No, somebody called it too months ago.
Really?
I saw a tweet of somebody saying from like literally last year, this month, saying if it's Mystic Distance behind this account, it's gonna be so funny.
That's hilarious.
So somebody called, and apparently this guy has been on like a lot of problems before, and the reason he's like hiding under this because he wants to keep doing the leaking stuff, but he was a creep previously. Very much emphasis on being a creep. So it's like, oh, well, that's unfortunate. I don't know. It's a very, very big mixture of things.
Again, in the grand scheme of things, I'm not losing my mind over it. I will say I did unfollow them, in case you guys have to know, because I'm just like, yeah, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to be a part of that. But yeah, it's just funny internet moments. It's funny to have another popular person be outed as a guy. Now, if you're on the internet, you are required to send a video of yourself speaking and as well as your face. You are now required. You cannot hide behind the screen anymore. Thank you.
I find it a lot funnier that apparently this so-called individual was originally intending to stream Metaphor and Vengeance when it came out.
How the fuck?
My guess is that it was going to be no mic using chat.
Probably.
That's my guess. Either that or a VTuber with an audio filter. You know what I mean?
That would have been easy to pull off. I know there's this one VTuber I'm friends with who straight up, like, they have, like, an Animal Crossing sound effect whenever they speak, and it's, like, they have, like, a bubble appear over their mouth that, like, has the text that, like, they set into the mic.
That's sick!
I know! It's such a cool idea. Not many people do it. She only has, like, what, 2,000 subscribers? And I'm like, what the fuck?
I mean, I can understand that being a little troubling to watch, because you actually, it's like reading an anime with subtitles and no audio.
It gets annoying after a while,
I can understand why that doesn't click, but that's a very interesting concept.
Yeah, like
me personally, if I ever got exposed for doing something terrible, I'd just become a VTuber somewhere on the edge of space-time.
Yeah.
Just literally, the Dick Dastardly gif I posted?
Stop!
Just that in reverse.
I'm
gonna keep talking about it! It's funny that his name is Dick! It's very funny!
God, the amount of freaking memes that came out of it, too. There was one of Zelda transforming into Wario that had me die.
Dude, this Zelda transforming into Wario is so good! I saw that I was literally crying of laughter.
There was one of I forgot her name, but one of the more prominent like female characters in Mortal Kombat turning into Shang Tsung, and I'm like, God damn it!
Villain of the week.
Villain of the week.
You've become Twitter's main character once again.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't have
Welcome back to the contraption.
Anyway, I don't have much to talk about, and I'm ready to call it if you are. But
Hold up. This just we're talking about Twitter main character. How long is the recording so far?
we're at an hour and 12 minutes.
Well, let's just fluff it out a couple seconds longer. Because while we're talking about Twitter main characters, do you remember the time I was Twitter's main character? Do you remember that?
No.
It was a very long time ago. I tweeted reminder that Sonic 1 sucks, and it got on trending. I feel a lot of people forgot this because it was 2 years ago, and it just popped into my head seeing this again. Literally what happened is I just tweeted that. I had so many people on my ass. Like, I've had people that I've been watching for years commenting on it, and I was like, oh no. So it's like, I always imagine when something like this of a much bigger scale happens, how they feel. Seeing all this collide. You know what I mean?
I think so. I've never been Twitter popular.
Please, you never want to be. I'll be blunt. You never want to be Twitter's main character. It's never for a good reason.
Yeah.
Ever. So, you know, though I'm shocked that Sega hasn't busted the operation either. So, people were all speculating that Midori was an industry plant for a while, and now we know he's very much not.
It's just some random dude on the internet. But that's cool. That means you could be like them as well, I think.
Even you could be an Asian woman on the internet.
You could be anything you want, on the internet.
Bro thinks it's Zootopia.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this episode of Wooper Watch, be sure to like and subscribe. And if you're on Spotify, give us a 5-star rating. And question of the day.
What did you see at Summer Game Fest that you thought was awesome sauce?
Thank you for the save, because I didn't know what to ask.
That's how we're saying it. Specifically, specify in your comment what game at Summer Game Fest you thought was awesome sauce. Make sure to include the words awesome sauce. Why? Because it's funny.
Yeah.